Ho, ho, ho! I'm here with another one. I just pressed the record button because I don't know where I put my remote. $1,249 is how much you're going to pay for this set of Cine lenses from Viltrox. They are APS-C Cine lenses, but don't go away just yet. I don't have an APS-C camera. I use them on my full-frame Sony cameras. These are Sony E-mount cameras. You can buy each one for $415. So $415 a pop for a Cine lens with Cine gears. Now, if you want the whole set, like I said, $1,249 for a set of Cine lenses. Boom! Now, these Cine lenses are all metal. There's nothing else than metal. Well, glass, obviously, but these, you hold them in your hand, you're like, whoa, okay, that's a serious that's a serious piece of gear. I've been blasting through films like crazy. It is raining outside, so all the examples you're going to see are inside on me using the DJI RS2 with LiDAR, so you can have autofocus on these. Now, you can use these by hand, so you can pull focus by hand. You can pull focus with a, say, tilter or a small rig, follow focus, yeah. You can use an Axon electronic wireless follow focus. You can put it on your shoulder rig. There are a ton of ways you can use focus with these. Now, the DJI RS2 is fantastic because it uses LiDAR, as does the RS3 Pro and the RS3, and LiDAR is lightning fast. Really, and it's there. The focus is incredible. Before I go any further, there are two downsides to these lenses. They are APS-C, and they have a bit of chromatic aberration, which I don't care about. I don't care. I really don't care. I like when a lens has character, when there's something going on with the lens, and the chromatic aberration doesn't bother me that much because it's not really bad. It's okay. It's not noticeable. To use these on a full frame camera, on my Sony a7S III, use clear image zoom. So go into zoom, press clear image zoom, zoom into 1.5 times, which will be APS-C size. Right now, what's going on the side of the frames, you can see, I mean, the vignetting is really bad. It's because I have this 23mm APS-C lens on the Sony a7S III, and I don't have any crop mode enabled. And as you can see, I mean, it's really vignetting around the edges there, so it does not look good. So what's going to happen is that each one of these lenses is going to turn into a full frame lens. The 23mm is going to turn into a 35mm lens. There we go. That is 1.5 times. And right now, it's still on the Sony a7S III. We have the DJI RS2 and LiDAR working. That is why we have autofocus, you see, right there. And, autofocus on this is ridiculous fast. And, all right, it just looks really good. Everything out of focus looks beautiful. 14 iris blades really makes this background look nice. It's got a really nice fall off. It does a beautiful job, this lens. It really does. And we're talking about 35mm now. It is no longer a 23mm lens. It's 35. So we've punched in. For full frame use, that may be a little bit too narrow for people out there who are looking, to get something like a 24mm or wider. But 35mm for me is a very diverse focal length I can use for basically anything. The 33mm is going to turn into a 50mm lens, which is a beautiful all-round nifty-50 kind of lens. Right, this is minimum focus for the 33mm. Clear image zoom, 1.5 times, yeah. And this is how I look like right here. And if we move back, if you want to get a nice portrait shot, it will look like this. This is me holding this light the whole time. And I just want to show you, by the way, how quick autofocus works. Look. It's ridiculously fast. No autofocus lens can do what LiDAR can do. I cannot wait to get, the RS3 with the crazy LiDAR. And this 56, which is just a weird focal length, right, turns into an 85, a beautiful portrait lens, which you can use for stunning out-of-focus bokeh portraits. So this is close focus on the 56mm, so the 85mm, and it doesn't always calibrate perfectly, but this is what it looks like. So it has really nice out of focus. The bokeh balls back over here look very nice, And it's a really long portrait lens. You can get some very nice portrait with, but as you can see, the LiDAR, at T1.5, it has trouble, you know, keeping everything in focus. Is it focusing on my eye, my nose? Is it focusing on the background? God knows, but it is ridiculously fast. I mean, just look at this. You've seen focus that fast anywhere? No camera can keep up with LiDAR. I think they should implement it in all cameras. But yeah, this is what 85mm looks like on my face, and close focus is okay at 63 or 62 centimeters. If I had to go for one of these, just one, $415, I'd choose this, the 23mm, because with a 35mm lens, I can do everything from landscapes to cityscapes to portraits to whatever the hell. I can use a 35mm for everything. But if you want the whole set, I mean, it's a really, really good price for 3 lenses that are all metal and glass, that weigh the same, that have the focus gears in the same place, the aperture gears in the same place. Everything moves very smoothly, and I mean like butter smooth. You know, it feels like a solid lens, nothing extends. Every single one of them has a 62mm filter, by the way, so you can put on a filter or a step up, you know, ring or a step up adapter, which would be better, to 82mm, for example, and use your NDs and work it like a real cinematographer. Now, apart from being all the same size, having the same lens diameter, the same focus ring, the same aperture ring, so that basically means that you don't have to rebalance them. You put them on a gimbal, no rebalancing, no changing where the, you know, the focus gear is, so wasting time. You just basically take one off, put one on, boom, you are at the races, you're racing. You're doing everything really, really fast and really well. Now, another great thing about Viltrox lenses that I have talked about in the past, because I am a big fan of Viltrox, it's taken me a bit of time to get to this review. Viltrox has no focus breathing. Check out some of my Viltrox films, like the 24mm, up against the 24mm GM, which is a very expensive lens. The 24mm from Viltrox, zero focus breathing. Literally, it has none. The GM, Viltrox do an incredible job at focus breathing. No focus breathing at any one of these focal lengths. So that is really fantastic, and it keeps them professional, you know? It keeps them looking great. Like I said, you could use a whole different array of focus, follow focus units for yourself. If you want to pull focus by hand, sure, do that. I mean, that's crazy. It's insane, but you can do that. 500 grams, 510 grams, 540 grams. It doesn't make a difference to the RS Mini even, so you don't have to worry about rebalancing. You know, it doesn't matter. You basically put them on and you're going, yeah? And 14 iris blades means that these have very beautiful, clean focus balls. The balls on Viltrox are just beautiful balls, Viltrox, beautiful balls. Anyway, if you have any questions about any one of these lenses or the set, drop them down below. All links for these are down below. You know, $1,249 for a Cine lens set. I know it's APS-C, but like I said, you can convert them to full frame with absolutely no effort at all. And if you don't convert them to full frame, you have a lot of, you know, it's like you're looking through a big hole. It doesn't look good. But maybe you're looking for exactly that. You're looking for a big hole, you know, and then don't use the clear image zoom. You're going to be looking through like it's an interesting way to shoot. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to. If you haven't liked my film, and gonna catch you on the next one. Ring that ring.